Hey, King, you okay?
Sorry, I'm still hungover from the New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm here. I'm here, though. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are, whatever time it is for you right now, just know that you are locked in to the point with the king. You guys know what to do. Find us Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, even now on TikTok. And if you're on YouTube, please click subscribe. Please click like. I know you guys are out there. I'm waiting. I got so many giveaways to give out to you guys. We're waiting to get to 750, and it's just going to keep growing exponentially with the giveaways for you guys for free. So in order to be part of it, click like, leave a comment, let me know who you are, and we're picking them randomly. And thank you for enjoying our fantastic guests, especially the crazily controversial, captivating Kirk Alfaro Esquire.
I like that intro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me as usual, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you always come with the hot takes. People ask about you. People don't. A lot of people talk about you. You'd be surprised. Sometimes your ears might be burning it just because you're watching us.
Okay. That's awesome.
Kirk, I hope you had a great holiday. And I hope everybody else out there had a great holiday. Enjoyed their time with their family, friends, loved ones, whoever. Even if you were by yourself and you enjoyed it, good for you. All right. Kirk.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of the holidays, right now the Raptors are currently 8-26. They've lost 13 of their last 14 games. They brought in the year with a bang on New Year's Day, which was an odd game, but odd day to have it. But with the way the Raptors are going, the current status of the Raptors, as of this recording, ladies and gentlemen, the Raptors just lost to the Knicks, and they finally got all their main players back, their main starter, finally this season. Do you think that shows any hope to the season, Kirk, since we know it's a rebuild year?
No, in my opinion, no. I mean, what it's going to probably do is keep them from, blowout losses like we've been seeing with those starters out, right? I think they lost twice. I think it was 40 plus.
Yeah.
Just something crazy like that, right? I don't think that's going to happen again with the players, the regular players back. I mean, that would be the only hope. Do I expect them to win? No, I don't expect them to win at all. Not at all. Before the season started, they were predicted to win less than 30 games. I think they're pretty much on par for that. So, yeah, I sometimes read, and you mentioned that you saw some of my comments on Facebook, and, it's just a little frustrating to see some of these commenters kind of like disappointed when Toronto loses. And to me, it confuses the hell out of me because I just don't understand. I guess they didn't get the memo that the Raptors weren't going to be very good this year. So, I mean, I don't watch them. I watched them last night because I knew I was going to do this podcast and I wanted to get up to date on what was happening. And yeah, man, the reason last night is the main reason why I don't watch them. It's watching garbage basketball right now. And that's what happens with rebuilding teams. And that's what everyone has to understand. After Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls were absolute garbage for I don't know how long. Kobe with the Lakers, Steph Curry and Golden State Warriors are going to experience that when Steph Curry goes. I mean, that franchise is going to go down, and who knows for how long, right? It all depends on management, how good management is. Sometimes management just want to, as long as the fans are there, they're okay, man. But I think Masai is one of those guys that he's going to start making changes. So I don't think the fans are going to be in a scenario where we're going to be crap for a decade or anything like that. I think Masai is a very good GM, and I think he's going to bring in the players, draft the players, and make the right moves for the Raptors to become a better team moving forward. But as of this season, I don't expect him to do anything.
You know what? The way you just hit it right there. It's kind of like what Masai is doing, like with the rebuild. It's containment. Okay, it's like right now, currently, thoughts and prayers for everybody that's out there in LA with the fires going on, right? They all know it's going to happen. It happens every decade down there. You know it's coming at some point, right? But the matter of containment, and I think between Masai, Bobby, and Darko, I think it's a containment. Like, yes, the Raptors, you might a lot of people, I see them saying dumpster fire, trade Scottie for Jimmy, right? Fire Darko, get rid of Masai. No, listen, we live in a microwave generation, but stop cooking your food in the microwave, okay? It ain't gonna happen in 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to tell you and break the news to you. If it hurts you, fine. Go click on sub. That's fine, right? You're a grown person. You can do what you want to do. But what I'm saying is the way the Raptors are now that they have basically everybody back, right? Now we're going to see a lot more changes within the dynamic on the court and within the 905, right? And with the rookies coming off the bench. Like Chris Boucher, 10 points in 3 minutes last night. Jeez, come on. Unheard of. That's like Klay Thompson numbers. But okay, but I gotta ask you, do you feel there's a need for the Raptors to make an immediate change? I know this is a question of the rhetoric because you've ripped people apart on this one online for them wanting an immediate change. Do you think there needs to be an immediate change to this team?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That would be you have to make that change. Like it'd have to be a big change in order to okay, we're this close from winning the championship. You know what would that change be to bring Jimmy Butler in right now? Like what would be the point, right? What would be the point of bringing Chris Paul or any other big free agent there? Those guys want to win now, right? This isn't the franchise to do it at right now. We're starting from the bottom, literally. We clean the slate. Masai finally, albeit in my opinion should have been done years ago, but he started to do it finally, and this is it. This is what happens, right? You blow the team up. You have injuries. I mean, even without the injuries, this team is like when you have Jakob Poeltl as your starting center, man, it's going to be a long season, right? So I don't know what what everyone. Yeah, I like him coming off the bench. I don't like him as a starter, but like listening to these, like they think that the 1 or 2 moves, all of a sudden we're going to be in contention for a title, and that it blows my mind. Some people say I can't believe I'm paying money to go see these guys. Well, I'm questioning you as to what happens in your mind. What made you go and spend your precious money to go watch this sorry ass team? I wouldn't pay money. I wouldn't pay a cent to watch this team. I can't even watch them on TV. So those people got to question themselves as to what they are doing. And I guarantee you, if attendance starts to go low, you watch how fast this team changes.
You know what? I haven't even been to a game yet this season. I'm sorry, I'm not spending $300 of my money to go watch a game.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
You need at least decent tickets, right?
Last year I went and I watched a bunch of games. This season so far, 0.
And I'm not a Drake fan, but I have not seen him at one game, I don't think.
Because he's on the Diddy list.
So that's our ambassador who's not even showing up to games.
And
so that kind of
adore.
Yeah. So that kind of shows you, the situation these Raptors are in, where their own ambassador doesn't even want to show his face. But that's what's going to happen. And again, I trust in Masai that he's going to make the right moves in this offseason. And I'm all for getting Cooper Flag. Did you see that dunk he just did on? Did you see it? That's crazy, man. That's coast to coast with the steal and then coast to coast dunk. That guy's special.
It looked like he took about 5 dribbles at the most.
Yeah. So he's definitely worth going. I haven't seen the other guys that are being hyped up in the draft, but I mean, if you could get Cooper, that'd be incredible. And Scottie's going nowhere. Scottie's a good player. He's a good, solid player, and he's not going to be the franchise player that everyone thought he was going to be. And I would disagree with Darko saying that he's going to be the face of the franchise. He's really raw still. To me, he's so raw still. Although I see him doing, he's going one-on-one a lot more now, and he's, making some good moves. He's creating his own offense, which, is really good to see. But, I think he's still a couple of seasons away before he makes any kind of impact. And I don't think we trade him for anything. Although it might be, unless the trade is good, like Sabonis, I would want to bring over right away if that's possible. But you got to let Scottie develop. And Darko, I think, is the one that's going to let him do. You see the mistakes that Scottie's making now. You see the mistakes that everyone is making now. But they're supposed to be making those mistakes because they're experimenting. Scottie probably has a green light to do whatever he wants when he's got the ball. And that's what you need, like in this kind of season, that's what you'd like to see. I want to see what he can do. Right? I want to see what you can do. And when you're not expected to win, these are the type of seasons where you do stuff like that. I want to see him at the point. That's probably why Darko is playing him at the point a lot, to see what he's like, right? So, I got to give it to Darko. He's under the microscope a lot, and I just think it's unfair.
We'll get into that. Just to rebuttal on that one. All of the players, basically all of the players, the main players on the Raptors are still developmental. RJ Barrett might be up there, okay? Yak might have hit his ceiling, right? He's doing good this year. So I it's opening up, but the rest of the players, they're still developing. The coaching staff is still developing. Now, I'm going to say something from a coach's standpoint. And we're pretty far into YouTube, so I can say this. I'm like, fuck the haters when it comes to Darko. Okay? It's only his second year. Okay? That's it. Not even a full second year. A year and a half. With all these young players, right? That's what he has to work with. That's what he has to play with. Okay? It's like him with like checkers while other teams are playing chess. Okay? That's what he has to deal with. What are your thoughts on these people out there, these naysayers, these haters, these fair weather fans saying that the Raps got to get rid of Darko?
Yeah, well, they don't know what they're talking about, obviously, because you hit on right on it. He hasn't been given a chance. When Popovich couldn't help the squad. I said that in a Facebook post. Like he couldn't help this. He couldn't come in and think that he's going to turn Toronto into the winning team with the players that he's got. That's an impossibility. He tried doing it with Jakob when Jakob was a little even younger. And, Jakob was not his starting center. He wasn't happy with Jakob. So, he's going to come here and all of a sudden Jakob is going to become some kind of all-star or something, So, Darko's under the microscope. He's taking a lot of criticism, and, it's kind of me. I shouldn't be commenting because some of these fans are not, they don't know basketball. One guy said that, I can't believe it. I bring my kid to a Raptors game and this is what, well, you know what? You should probably check the newspaper. You probably check the box scores, man, because I don't know if you thought this was 2019 or 2018, but the Raptors are going to be pretty bad. And depending on that team that you're going to go with your kids to go watch, they're going to probably get squashed. pretty bad, and that's probably what they went and watched. And now he's complaining, throwing his hands. I can't believe that the Masai and management is allowing this, and like an entitled person that really doesn't understand professional basketball or professional sports in general. So yeah, it's kind of my fault. I shouldn't pay attention too much to that, but sometimes it rubs me under my skin when I see guys like just trade Scottie, to get rid of Darko, just crazy ideas like that. It rubs me the wrong way.
You know what? I'll just say this: that it's a culture within the Toronto fan base, albeit the Raptors,
Exactly.
the Jays, the Leafs, right? Anytime they lose one game, fire everybody, trade everybody, right? It's this person's fault. That person's fault. Sometimes you understand that it's rebuilding. Like, for example, just a quick example with the Maple Leafs, like, they make enough money to pay for 5 other teams in the league. Okay, come on.
Right.
You think they need to win? No, they're making enough money.
Right.
The Raptors are Canada's team. Okay. Right. So they can charge these prices, these outlandish prices. But I will say this about the Raptors. They are moving in the right direction. They're not looking at this year. They're not looking at next year. They're not looking at the year after. They're not looking at the year after that. They're looking forward, right?
Yeah.
While you're thinking about your breakfast, Masai's already thinking about tomorrow's dinner. Okay?
Exactly.
Right? He's already thinking about that. He's already planning that out. He already bought his groceries and he's ready to cook it. Okay? And that's what he's doing. Okay?
Right.
So and when it comes to Darko, that's why Darko is a good coach for the Toronto Raptors, because as they're developing, he's developing. There should be a fucking movie about this shit. Okay?
Yeah.
One day there should. If this squad can get a championship, there should be a fictional movie about this. It will be amazing. But Darko's still developing. So
yeah,
to the haters out there, keep your Darko comments in the dark.
Exactly. Again, that's what people don't understand. Some games they're going to be in it. Some games they're going to beat some pretty big teams. But that's the thing about rebuilding teams. They're ups and downs, And I just don't like when they beat the Lakers by 5, or they beat some big team because that other team didn't take them seriously. And good, the Toronto Raptors ended up beating them. But it's just like, but you can't expect them just because they beat that team that all of a sudden we're one of the top elite teams, and all of a sudden we should be expected to win. Just like, yesterday, the Knicks finally clicked in, towards the end of the third quarter. Hey, man, these are the Toronto Raptors. And then boom, the lead went from, either 6 to 8 points and then went to like 20 plus,
26.
Just to close out the game. Bang. That's what they do. That's what good teams do, right? There's some other teams that the Raptors will catch sleep in and beat them, and then our fans will expect, oh wow, well they beat Boston, and it'd just be by luck, or by Boston not taking them seriously, and then all of a sudden we got to beat all teams with winning records. All of a sudden, like we're in contention for a title, which is mind blowing to me. Yeah,
I don't want to get too much into the fan base, right? But all I just want to tell them is just. Remember on Mad TV, lowered expectations.
There you go.
Keep them low. Keep them low, right? And then we'll see in a couple years. Like I said in the last video, be a doctor and get some patience. Right?
Nice.
That's it. Straight up. Kirk, is there anything you would like to say to the people out there, the lovely people out there, before we get out of here?
Just like you just said it, brother, be patient. We're going to not be very good, but like I said, I believe in Masai. I believe the right moves are coming. I don't think Masai likes to be in the losing franchise and a losing environment for long. This is done on purpose. Like, it's got to get worse before it gets better. And just don't worry about it. Just chill. Things are going to come back. Don't worry about it.
I'm glad somebody else said it other than me. I got nothing to say now. So on behalf of myself, the crazily captivating, controversial Captain Kirk, Esquire, and the whole To The Point family. And I see you guys out there, Freak Nation. Peace to y'all. So, and my man, the greatest producer that's walking this planet, Arturus. Okay?
Yes, Arturus.
Right? Shout out to him. On behalf of all of us, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, and